Hello, this is Conra, and I'm going to do a problem by factoring by grouping. Factoring by grouping is something that you do when there are four terms, and we are going to factor each pair of terms. We are going to look for a greatest common factor in each of those pairs. For the first pair, I see that both of the terms contain a 3 and they both contain an x. And so here's one of the things that we do in our head. When we bring the 3x out front, we are really compensating by dividing by 3x inside. So we're multiplying by 3x outside, and we compensate by dividing by 3x inside. For the second pair, I can see that they're both divisible by 4, and we always bring that middle sign out with it. And so again, I have negative 4x that I'm dividing by negative 4. And I'll put a plus sign here and put that negative sign there. We have negative 12 that's also being divided by negative 4. So now we want to go ahead and simplify. So I see that this x cancels with one of those x's, and this 3 cancels with that 3. This x cancels with that x. That 3 cancels with that 9. So that goes in 3 times. I guess I should be careful and write my 1s here. And do the same thing in the second set of parentheses, so that negative 4 and that negative 4 cancel with each other. And negative 4 goes into negative 12 3 times. So the 3x comes along for the ride. Inside the first set of parentheses, I have an x before the plus sign, and I have a 3 after the plus sign. I have the negative 4, and then inside the parentheses, I have, again, an x plus 3. It is important that this x plus 3 and this x plus 3 match. Okay, that has to be true, or we can't keep going with the problem. So if those don't match, I would probably just go back and start looking for either a copying error or an algebra error. Now, not every time that you write down 4 terms can it be factored by this method. These are specially designed problems that can be done this way. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that x plus 3 out front. And I compensate by dividing what is inside by the thing that I brought up front. So I have a 3x times x plus 3 that is being divided by x plus 3. And I have a 4 times x plus 3 that is being divided by x plus 3. And so we want to go through and cancel what we can. So this x plus 3 cancels with that x plus 3. This x plus 3 cancels with this x plus 3. And we want to write down what we have left. I switched to big brackets just for clarity. Brackets and parentheses can be used interchangeably. At this step, I'm going to change my brackets back to a set of parentheses just because it looks nicer. So I had the x plus 3 out front, and inside the brackets, I see that before the minus sign, I have a 3x left, and after the minus sign, I have a 4 left. So it should be that if you go through and FOIL all these, that you come up with the original problem. So if I take the first, x times 3x, that gives me 3x squared, and so that's first, and then we do outer, so x times negative 4, there's my negative 4x. So then if I take my inner, I have 3 times 3x, and there's my 9x. And if I take my last, 3 times negative 4x, and that gives me negative 12. So I see that if I multiply it back out, I get what I started with, and that tells me that I have factored correctly.